Atlanta, Georgia. The brother that I was with on Atomic Juices, Vegetarian Paradise. So I told the brother, take me back to my car, because I need to get back home. Because if this is happening the way it's happening, and sure enough, by the time I got to my car, I had at least 50 text messages. The same picture, all kind of people calling me. So I just had to kind of, mute the phone, get in my car, and do a beeline back to my home. Before I could get off the block, my sister said, don't go home. That's the last place you want to be. If you're going to go, let some of us go with you. I said, nah, it'll be all right. That was a soldier talking to me. Probably the foolish part of the soldier, because I should have listened. Because sure enough, I didn't listen, and by the time I got to the block, and I'm looking in the block, they were already parked in front of the house.
Not by yourself. That's
exactly. So what I did was turn the phone back on, went around the corner, and I started tweeting everybody that I can tweet. I'm about to be detained. You understand what I'm saying? Either meet me at my house or call me on my personal line. That's the message that my daughter got, that she put on Facebook. My dad's about to be detained. Because I'm saying that, I wasn't detained yet, but I know how they think.
Exactly. That's right.
In the state of Georgia, they can lock you down for 72 hours. They won't give you a phone call or anything. I've been in that position before. Ask Chuck D. Anyway, we got put up under that jail at the airport in Atlanta. That's another story. I'll tell you about it some other time. That was my third time in that kind of situation. We did a public enemy tour. I stayed back. I did some lectures. By the time I came through customs, and by the time I came through the immigration thing at the airport, they already took me down to the jail, had pictures, opened up my luggage, had everything out, asked me all kind of funny sideline ass questions. Took my driver's license and my passport, got my driver's license back a couple of weeks later, but they kept the passport and put me on the no-fly list. I haven't been out of the country since '08.
Wow.
And that's a real dynamic. That's why when you see footage of Public Enemy overseas, I'm not in it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a real, that's real. I think Black Dot told me, listen man, this is nothing to play with.
Right.
So that day, after seeing them in front of the house, circled the block a couple of times, I went, kind of hung out, came back a few hours later, thought the coast was clear, went, packed the bag, threw it in my car, and made a beeline to my man's house to drop me off at the airport to get out of town. I want to give a shout out to the people, good old down-home country folk in Wilson, North Carolina. Let's give them a round of applause. Good brothers and sisters there. Martone Evans from Born Nati, she says, come down here, you straight, you protected and safe down here. I was down there with the brothers and sisters, they said, listen man, they're not even coming down here, so don't worry about it. They still got goddamn slingshots with corn and shit. Anyway, woke up that next day after I did the lecture in Wilson. By that time, it had spread internationally. I started getting calls from Japan. I answered a call from Belgium, Italy, and a few other places. And like King Simon said, I gave him name, rank, serial number. I'm not really sure. I'm processing it. Give me a minute. Call me next week. I took one call. And that's just the street in me. I took the one call, and the one call I took was from the call from a gentleman by the name of Ryan. Ryan was the one from the British newspaper that got the information from someone in America, and that's how the story went global through the Daily Mail. So I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to let him know a few things. That there's a lawsuit coming. You understand what I'm saying? And I wanted to keep him on the phone long enough. Wait, brother. Shout out to Brother Rich. Thanks for hipping me to that.
Oh, that's Brother.
That app where you can record people's phone calls. Anyway, I'm not putting you on the spot, but I'm just saying a lot of people may need to talk to Brother Rich to get that app. So when I talked to Ryan, I wanted to know, and we all need to think about this. Maybe I need to hear this from y'all. Where did the damn what's the name, generate and start from? What was the beginning point of who put the damn picture up with the verbiage in the picture and then set it in motion?
It was on his Facebook page, man.
It was whose? His Facebook page? Okay, that's what we have to get clear. That's what we have to get clear today, because I have to be able to compare my notes to y'all's. Because from the time it happened, I got the first text message, I'm trying to process it. But y'all's process is different from mine. Why? Because shit, I'm in save my goddamn life mode, right or wrong.
That's right. That's right.
Well, y'all eat veggie burgers and shit. Y'all may have been concerned and called me up and sent me a message, but I'm in save my life and save my family life mode. All right? So I'm trying to track down where did it originate from. And to the foolish people that's still calling me, saying that they're glad it's over, man, shut the hell up. This is the beginning of it.
Okay.
Ask Pan Africa when they bombed the move. It's the beginning of it.
Okay.
And we have to understand, we need to know how they operate. Most of us in this room, we already know how they operate. And I was talking to King Simon, and King Simon was saying, you know, we really truly have to compare notes, because if they're setting you up like that, irritated genie next, politeness next, they're coming at the dot, they're going to shut down Richard's page, and coming at the side that they're going to confiscate. You understand what I'm saying? They're coming. You understand what I'm saying? And we have to understand that particular dynamic. To the foolish, simple-minded brothers in Detroit, St. Louis, and a few other places, bragging about and praising his brother for doing what he did. That's not something you say out loud.
Say it again.
You see how the hush came over the room?
I say.
Some foolish brothers already made a YouTube clip about me, Brother Rich.
I say.
I mean, blasting me. Called me saying I was buck dancing. I'm trying to figure out that particular dynamic. How the hell do you do that? You're trying to save your life.
Right.
I wasn't talking to anyone. I wasn't giving up information. The three people that I had conversations with are in this damn room right now. Ron Holt, I talked to Rich, and I talked to Black Dot.
All right.
And a couple of my family members. That's it. And Lori, my niece right over here.
All right.
That's it. I didn't talk to too many people.
That's right.
That's right.
So chill with the buck dancing stuff. Y'all know this brother. I don't do that, man. You understand what I'm saying? So to the brothers that are out there putting this stuff up on Facebook, what they're doing is, and I think Kalanji Chabachanga said it out of Atlanta, Facebook is the do-it-yourself FBI file. You understand what I'm saying? And that's real. Y'all are giving them all the information. So what they're doing is they're sitting back, looking at your Facebook page. They have all your information, who you hang out with, your girlfriend, your recipes, what you eat, where you've been, what you're thinking, when you got mad last week. They have all that information. So they're kicking in doors and they're arresting people for conspiracy.
Teach.
All right?
Teach.
There's a very valuable technique that I've learned from this man in the martial arts. There's a time when you just have to be quiet.
That's right.
All right? And move real stealth.
Shut it down.
All right? And some of us kind of like need to learn that. The brothers wouldn't be in jail right now. All right, so let me get back there. So I came up out of Wilson. They flipped the ticket for me because I said I can't go back to Atlanta. They flipped the ticket for me. I ended up in Tulsa, Oklahoma at Black Wall Street. I waited for my partners to get there, and we did a couple of things talking about Black Wall Street with the Black History 101 Mobile Museum, and that's where I flew out of today. All right? Mind you, the way I had to move, renting a car under another name, hotel under another name, I'm not gonna do nothing crazy like wear a wig and a mustache. That just ain't me. You understand what I'm saying? Because hell, they know who I am anyway. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not on no I Spy type, Inspector Gadget type shit, but I'm just saying. Some people might need to move like that. But I ended up here today, and a lot of times, like the brother that asked me, says, like, who you traveling with? I'm like, nobody know how I'm coming and going. Sometimes that's the best way. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you have to move that way. So to make a long story short, the short story shorter, I had to go home, and I had to kind of talk in encryption right now. I hope y'all will pick it up. I had to go home and put all the gym equipment away before they got there, because I'm kind of figuring, I know they're coming. You understand what I'm saying? I said, you cannot find that, and I need to put that over here. Yo, my man, come pick this bag up from me. All right? That's how we have to move.
Better.
Thank you. That's how we have to move. Now listen, prior to all of this happening, I can't say everything, but check the timeline out.
That's right. That's
The
right.
static with old girl.
That's right.
Thank you. No, we good.
Follow
The
it.
car accident,
Follow
when
it.
somebody was whispering in my ear, that's probably not an accident.
That's right.
That's probably done on purpose.
Follow it.
The alphabet boys hit me for 10 stacks, locked bank accounts down in the whole bit. I know, shit, I barely took the damn hit. You understand? I was borrowing food stamps. Anyway, So all of this is happening at the same time. While I got King Simon in this year with this numerology stuff talking about 2016, not thinking it's going to happen to me, but it's happening to me the whole damn year. You understand what I'm saying? And they ain't let up yet. And this is a real dynamic. This is where we at. This is July.
Yes.
My born day is coming up August 1st. I'll be 56 years old. I was one of those individuals, and this man will tell you, Prince and a few other people tell in my 20s, I just thought I was invincible. You understand what I'm saying? But I had my first child, and that kind of calmed me down. You understand what I'm saying? Balancing things out. But let me get back to this. So I came out of that particular mindset that day, knowing and understanding that I have to survive it. And just kind of get through it to the point where I got to be in a space where I can just think my way through some things.
That's right.
All right? I talked to Professor Smalls when I was in Tulsa. He says, listen, it's cool that this person is giving you some advice. That person is advising you to do some things. This person is saying, if you need some place to crash, just come. And people were calling me and offering things and offering their energy and their protection. Beautiful. I love it. When I was in Wilson, Kamau and Maria Cambones. Do you know the Cambones?
Yeah.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Yeah.
Strong warriors. Yes. And you know, this whole idea of spirituality, it tends to elude some of us. But the Cambones gave me a gift. Let me share it with y'all.
Yes, sir.
For the Christians in the house, this ain't nothing spooky.
Come on, brother, teach.
They gave me this, they brought this directly from Africa, and the sister and the priestess that they received it from, and the priest that they received it from, they basically said, just take it in your hands, make sure you put it all over your body, put it in a spray bottle, spray it around you and spray it around your house. Now, I'm not no spooky kind of dude. You understand what I'm saying?
It's all right.
They said, do that and speak what you will into existence.
Let the spirit work.
You understand what I'm saying? And this is very real. So he told me the story because he was kind of skeptical. And when he got it and he tried it, all right, and he went back to Africa to ask them, does this stuff really work? Guess what the priestess said to him? You still alive, aren't you? So obviously it works. Now we have to understand something. The people that are coming at me openly. Notice now when you saw some of the articles, right? When you saw some of the articles, the first article I read never even mentioned my name.
Right.
It's the first thing I want to throw out there to some of the brothers and sisters. What's the reason for that? What's the reason of just putting my picture out there, not mentioning my name? All right? Now help me with the timeline. When you first heard the story, I heard it was 2 white Caucasian gunmen.
That's right.
Did y'all hear the same story?
That's right.
When the narrative changed now, I heard they arrested a brother and they blasted his picture out there, which was not the brother I was in the picture with, right or wrong?
Right.
Come on now, help me out.
Right.
That brother stepped up to the plate because they said they confiscated his guns. Then they retracted that story. At the same time, they came up with the lone gun narrative, which they always do. Now it's a lone gunman who was trained in the military. Well, hell, if he was trained in the military after you injected him with some stuff and got the chip in him and all that other stuff y'all do to the soldiers, why are you putting the blame on Professor Griff subtly on a subconscious level by putting the image out there?
That's right.
So when they put the image out there, the image sits in your subconscious mind. So now when you watch CNN, you're thinking about the picture. So the white officer gave me a phone call. He tried to be as nice as he could, but that devil came out in him, and he ended up calling me a nigga and a few other words, but I can take that shit. I've been called a nigga all my life. I'm good. I just sent it through my filter and ended up with the black knockouts, that's all. But that don't move me. But what he did say that was valuable, that stuck with me, was the fact that he said, I was the one that's training snipers to kill cops. That's the line. If you read what I put on Twitter, that was the line, because that's what he just said to me. I pulled my car over and tweeted that exact thing out. I says, no, Mr. White Officer, I don't train snipers to kill cops. Now, I told them, and y'all know it also, if they really thought I had something to do with that, I'd be in jail right now.
Right now.
Right now.
That's right.
Plain and simple. And they would do it under the guise of conspiracy. They would hit me with that. They would detain me. They would probably call half of y'all, because I talked to y'all this month. You understand what I'm saying? Especially you, Ron.
$2 a bit.
So we have to understand that particular dynamic, and this is real. This is nothing different than what happened to our people. We can go from anytime they set our people up right on back through COINTELPRO. All right, this is just an extension of it. All right, so I'm about to bring this to a close and bring up a few people after we take a few questions. I think it's imperative for people to know that I did not want to, because I could have went, and I have to correct King Simon. I didn't do an interview with Rolling Stone. I talked to one person out of the 15 emails that I received. Miss Steiner and Cohen and the other ones, and the other one was blowing my email up. You understand what I'm saying? And I put them off for a reason, because anything you feed that beast with, they'll take it and spin it and stick it right on you. You understand? And I didn't want that ammunition. So King Simon, I did reach out to Carl Nelson first. Well, I think it was second. I think I talked to Brother Rich also. And Sonetta got mad at me because he didn't take my call. But I'm just saying, I reached out to the black media first. All right? And I think that's what we need to do. And that other gentleman that y'all mentioned in hip hop, that's what he should have did. He should have came in front of the people first to talk. You understand what I'm saying? Plain and simple. So let me just say this one last thing. I understand desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm not using this to get lectures. I'm not using this to boost my goddamn ego, because I don't need this. I'm not using this to be anything other than what I am.
That's right.
The ironic thing in all of this, and please don't blame Public Enemy for this. The ironic thing is, the tour, the Art of Rap tour starts Friday the 16th. The tour that Ice-T is putting together. Ice-T was responsible for a group called Body Count, and the group Body Count was the one that did Cop Killer. No, y'all not understand what I'm saying. Y'all not tying it in. Public Enemy, Ice-T on tour together, all right, in Dallas was the first date, the 16th. Connected to the group called Body Count, their #1 song was Cop Killer. You know they canceled the show, right? I just want y'all to know that. They canceled the show after that in Austin, Texas. Now they're thinking about canceling the whole tour. See, but this is how they work. Exactly. Because they want to garner sympathy. You understand what I'm saying? But when they asked me, when the gentleman, Ryan, asked me from the Daily Mail about the officers, I said, well, what about the brothers that got shot? Let me offer my condolences to them and their families first. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we have to be real about that. Listen, human suffering is human suffering. But there's just a few things that plagued my brain, and then I want to open it up for the questions. I was in the military. They taught me how to, throw hand grenades, M72 law, rocket launchers, and M16A1 rifle, and all kind of stuff. They taught me that stuff, and like some of us that's been in the military, we brought that back to the hood. Thank you. But this brother, all of a sudden now, operating almost like, I'm not casting dispersions, please, don't take this the wrong way. Almost operating like a Manchurian candidate, like he got his orders, you understand what I'm saying? And he moved out and it backfired on him. Are you following me? We have to know and understand, and please, this has been a myth among black people in the conscious, in and outside the conscious community. All the white folks that y'all think are in cahoots against us, they don't get along. A lot of them don't get along. So there's infighting with them. And we have to understand that. He could have been their man.
That's right.
Am I right or wrong? Thanks, Dominique. Really appreciate that information. He could have been their man. And we have to understand that. But they have to spin the story, and then with the media outlets, they have to be able to control it. A constant news story on constant repeat. So if you turn CNN off and you get in your car, it's still on. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when you pick up the phone, while at the same time, 4 other people got shot down.
Good teaching.
No word about them. The brother in Houston, and I think it was the other brother in Minnesota, was it?
Minnesota.
The brother here in New York.
That's right.
And a few other people. And then they tried to use that story about the guy shooting the people at the courthouse to move us away from what we're supposed to be focusing in on. All right? This, brothers and sisters, this is psychological covert war at its best. All right? Psychological manipulation of the mass, I'm telling you, of the masses of the people. All right? And some of us are falling for it.
Right, right.
You understand what I'm saying? One brother called me, as a matter of fact, I gotta call him out.
Call him out.
I'm not gonna call him by name. The brother who did put the lecture on in Dallas called me talking sideways, talking reckless.
Wow.
He says, oh yeah, I see you in the picture with this guy you hang out with. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this, the get indicted hotline? Man, get the fuck off my phone. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, so I borrowed my man's number. He got one of them, I don't know if y'all heard of the brother that nigga rigged the Obama phones. Well, anyway, I got one of those phones and I called the brother back. And I'm like, why you talking reckless on the phone like that? You know I don't know this dude, man. Oh, I didn't realize they put you in the picture with him. I said, yes, you do. You the one that put the lecture on. You the first one they called. That's right. You understand? I said, what's that about, man? He hung up on me. That's good, though. But I got to see him face to face. All right? But we have to understand something. This is psychological covert war. This is no different, man, than what our people have been going through. And we have to understand, listen, everyone sitting in this room and everyone that will watch this, no one is an insignificant bystander in this.
That's right.
They will call you and get information if you talk to Dot and Dot talk to me. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it works. They want to know how long we've been friends. They want to know when the last time I saw you. This is how they, because they're a data collection agency and they'll put it all together.
That's right.
All right? When the story did not pan out and they didn't get enough information and they couldn't put me in them bracelets, they let the story go. When's the last y'all heard of it? I didn't hear it today. And I have newspaper articles.
That's right, but
you understand what I'm saying? I was preparing myself to be put in jail and preparing myself to get detained at the airport. Because you know they're using facial recognition software at the airport to recognize your face when you're walking through. So I was collecting the newspaper articles as I was traveling on the move. Every store, every paper that I could get it from, because I want to know this is some Steve Coker shit up here anyway. I'm just saying, you know, this is how Steve be rolling. but this is check, right? This is how you got to do it. And then what you got to do, I'm writing all over mine, you got to connect the dots, like Steve said.
That's right.
Then you know who's working with who. And you know who not to talk to.
That's right.
Are you following me?
That's right.
Shame on these bastards at Black Atlanta Star. Do you all know them? When asked to take the picture down and call Griff so you can get a story from Griff before you put that picture up, they declined and said, no, we're leaving the picture up.
That's big time. That's big time.
Atlanta Black Star. Google them.
Because they can take it down.
They put the major information out there on these black news stories. Had me on the front page, and then they put it on the front page of Yahoo and some other kind of news feeds. But I need to ask y'all, what do you think they were doing? They were seeding people.
That's right.
The subconscious mind. That picture will stay in the subconscious mind. So when they go to make their move on me, they say, oh yeah, he was the one that knew the shooter. Griff probably trained him. You understand? Then they go dig up one of my old Kasugan karate students and they question him, who I ain't seen in 20 years. You understand what I'm saying? End up getting something stupid and foolish like, yeah, he owed me $3. They ain't telling everything. Are you following me? Just like that other situation in California, y'all know what I'm talking about. To come out from under that $900,000 you owe, you gonna run your mouth, and I know you are. So y'all can expect that coming down the pipe. Come on, call them in, make them the deal, say, listen, we're gonna wipe away this $900,000. You spent 2 years with the man. Talk to us. You understand what I'm saying? That's how they work. And let's just be real. And you angry as hell. Probably gonna tell them everything. But I didn't tell your ass everything. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you gotta do it. Plain and simple. So anyway, I want to open it up for some questions because I really need for the people to hear from the people. And I do want to hear from Ron, Pam, and Professor Smalls is on his way. So,
Griff, don't forget to talk about how you can't even identify the body and know if it really was him or not because they blew the body up. And that's the first time I ever heard they send a bomb
right.
and blow it up. But all these mass shootings that.
But I think the people need to hear that from the people because remember me saying, and I'm not being hypocritical about this, I kind of like had to process it all. So as I'm moving, and I'm putting it together as I'm moving, and if y'all know that's difficult to do while you're trying to watch your own back. You understand what I'm saying? To the people in, oh wait, what's it at? I think I was coming out of Tennessee that pulled my coat at the lecture and told me to make sure and be careful how I travel back through the airport. And you know, people tell me stuff like that all the time. I didn't pay any attention to it until I got back to the hotel room and I'm, you know, bringing my energy back down and I'm relaxing, preparing to go to rest. And I thought about this gentleman in my ear. And something told me to search my luggage. And sure enough, they had some weed in my luggage. Now anybody in this room that know me know I don't smoke weed. Never did. I don't drink. I never smoked. You understand what I'm saying? I don't deal with fat white women, so I can't put that kind of stuff on me. Alright? Any resemblance to anybody in it, that's your thing, that ain't mine. I'm just saying. But sure enough, you understand what I'm saying? I ended up making a midnight trip to Walmart to get me some new luggage. Alright? That's how them people work. So here I am going to the airport the next day, knowing that I got new luggage. And I'm watching the dogs, the luggage sniffing dogs and all of them. And sure enough, they came right to me and I'm like, good, I got you. Ain't no problem. That's how they work. And just for the people out there that with the advice that you constantly give me, I really truly appreciate it. And I do listen to every single one of y'all. All right? And I really, truly, truly thank everyone that has called me, everyone that offered for me to just kind of like just chill out for a minute, just come here, nobody will know you're here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Everybody that gave me a good word, sent positive energy. Everyone from the elders to just some people I've never even met. All right, and I truly, really appreciate that. And this is how we're supposed to come together for one of our own. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. So I think it's best that someone in the audience said, because even as I'm speaking right now, I haven't fully processed it. I read it, I watched the news, but I need to get back among the people to get the real information. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not one of them kind of dudes that read an article and read a story and then go do the lecture. That ain't me. Because somebody might stand up in a lecture and ask me about it, I gotta have my facts straight, right or wrong. So I can't sit here like, you know, I know the whole story. I don't. I was piecing it together. All right? It wasn't until I hit New York and talked to Ron and a few other people that I started getting this information. And Ron is one of the kind of brothers. He said, there's only so much we can say over the phone.
That's right.
So when we got together in the car, that's when we really talked. You follow what I'm saying? So that question I'll probably have to get from yours. So anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
I see that a lot of stuff is going on at the same time. You got Black Lives Matter. You know, going on. You got your situation that you're going through, and they're really pushing to get rid of these guns. And then at the same time, you got people like, I feel like there's a lot of antagonism because like they're killing our babies in front of us, and they're making it a very big point to show it to you. They're making sure that you see it. They're making sure it don't go unnoticed. So, do you think that they trying to push like a race war, or because I see that certain people that they just trying to draw out, you know what I'm saying? So do you think that they trying to start a race war, or are they trying to get the certain leaders out and find out exactly who the leaders are so they can start taking them out?
Well, I think if Pam Africa was up here, she would tell you, and I'm gonna say this in my Pam Africa voice, the race war's already started. So started? No, it's already been on. It's just that we haven't put an infrastructure together to be able to organize and mobilize, as Kwame Ture taught us, to fight back, you know, in a real kind of way. That doesn't necessarily mean guns and physical fighting back all the time.
Right.
We need to call our healers.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? If Professor Smalls was here, he would tell you we need to call on those brothers and sisters that still practice the voodoo. You understand what I'm saying? We need to call on the brothers and sisters that's already with us to protect us. You understand what I'm saying? There was a question over here. Yes, Isaac Hayes. Yeah.
Okay. I can't say.
He came back for Griff.
But in all seriousness, I do have a question. Now, the brother who committed this act was obviously killed, so we'll never know.
Can we say allegedly?
Allegedly.
That's their thing.
Yes, allegedly.
You understand what I'm saying?
True. Allegedly committed this act. We'll never know his version from this point going forward. But could I present a hypothesis of two possible roles he could have played? Possibly, yes. The Manchurian candidate, part of them, agent, da-da-da. And we should address it as that. Now, let's say he was the other hypothesis. A brother from the conscious community that took in this information, that felt the oppression of his people, that felt the brutalization, and that took upon himself to say, hey, like a Nat Turner, and like many others, he said they only understand and respect violence. And he took it upon himself to commit an act of violence. Now, is it our role, if that is his particular act, should we distance ourselves? Or was he not doing what at some point we may have to consider? And I know that's a very delicate thing.
And it's a delicate thing to kind of wrestle with, and I understand it.
About publicly.
But when you say distance yourself, you see, that's what they was accusing me of. Brothers were saying, I really knew this brother, but since this went down, I'm distancing myself. I don't know the brother. And that's just real.
Okay.
So I met him one day, I had a brief conversation with him, took a picture, and that was it.
And that's actually factual. But I think some people are even staying neutral about, I have no statement about him, I don't know him, but there are many of us with that anger. Is there something else that could have been added?
But you know something, I think that's why they put the picture out without my name in the article, simply because they want people to think that if he's thinking what you just said, then Professor Griff has to be thinking that. And everyone that listened to me have to be thinking that same kind of thought. And that thought being, I'm sick and tired of white people killing black people. One day, somebody gonna snap. And fuck it, why not it just be me? This is what people are thinking that this brother thought. And then I put the thought in his head. You understand what I'm saying? If that was the case, I'm 55 years old, if that was the case at the peak of Public Enemy, when I know we could have set shit off. If I had that much power, I would have set the shit off. You follow what I'm saying? That's not necessarily my thinking. And answer that question directly, even if it was, there's a way that I move. I'm not putting my stuff on Front Street like that. Plain and simple. And I think I know enough that you're not going to hit my ass up on the second floor somewhere in a fucking parking garage. I mean, if I got to go out like Latifah and set it off, then that's how it has to be. But come on, man. I'm waiting for you to blow me up with C4 at the end of a robot's arm?
I'm waiting.
Come on, man. You understand? Unless they turn the switch off, and he turned the switch off when you ran out of bullets. Because they said he had these maneuvers, these combat maneuvers, that he had to be specially trained for, like special ops. Now there's some brothers in the military out there that have been in special ops. You shoot and you move. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't corner a man like that.
Right. And just
that's how they trained.
And I know there are other questions. So historically, going back in history, so was Nat Turner's action foolish, foolhardy? Should he be someone that we should not look at as taking an action and woke us up and said, hey, these people have to be respected. We cannot continue to oppress them. Historically, how should we look at Nat Turner?
Some people would hear that and struggle with their Negro-ness.
Go ahead.
That Negro will really, and that ego and that Willie Lynch chip will get in the way while trying to process that thought, bro. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying the brother's act was pure emotional. They trained him, though.
Right.
We don't have those facilities to train him to use the kind of weapons that they claim that this man had in his house. Come on.
Right.
Mother had a dude had a white stepmom. not gonna give you the Dick Gregory version of it, but go ahead.
I want you to know that your name was in the Sunday's paper though. They had your name in the Sunday's paper under his picture.
But the beautiful thing is, my name is Kavan Shaw. They had Richie Griffin. That's fine. That's cool. Now, but they looking for that dude, and they looking for me. I'm good. I ain't been that dude in a minute. Yes. Let me take this brother in the white shirt, man. Right back to you, sis.
All right. Thanks, first of all, for the presentation. I'm from the Black Star News, and we have no connection to Atlanta Black Star.
Thank you.
I also have some sisters and brothers from Guerrilla Journalism. That's the workshop we do.
Okay. Thank you.
I just want to make a quick comment, and then I'd like you to react to it. I don't know how many of you are following what's in the news closely and making the connections. One of the first articles in the New York Times said the alleged shooter had a fascination for the red, black, and green flag. How many people caught that? Look at this place over here. Look at the sister wearing that cap. So you know what they're doing by an article like that? You're now becoming a legitimate target to some crazy cop. So read these connections carefully. That's the one article. A second article said Black Lives Matter was making some good gains until the sniper came. All right. So all this is because of Black Lives Matter. Donald Trump, for example, had nothing to do with the toxic racist atmosphere that we have in the country right now. All right. And then finally,
Whoa, hold on. That just, he had nothing to do with what?
They're saying.
Oh, it was so. Oh, thank you, God damn. I must not be paying attention. Because if that motherfucker win, please save me a seat on that shit back to fucking Africa if he wins.
They're saying Black is responsible, but not Donald Trump. That's what I meant. And then finally,
They're saying that.
They're saying that.
Right. The people that wrote that.
Okay,
Right.
I got you.
So, brother, Alton Sterling, Castile, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, their name goes on, Sandra Bland. What advice do you have for young brothers and sisters right now who are really getting the boot on the neck? What advice do you have? How can they really save themselves?
You know, my consciousness in that revolutionary kind of way and how I process strategy and the filter, the revolutionary filter that's set up, that I filter things through, was helped, shaped, and molded by this woman right here sitting in front of me, Pam Africa, and her experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then when I got sisters like Mama Kosovo and other people from Philly, you understand what I'm saying, surrounding me and giving me that instruction mainly coming from women. They taught me there's certain things that you can say at the press conference.
That's right.
But the things I need to say to them, I need to say to them in a room with no cameras rolling.
That's right.
Because young people are out in the street and they have that energy, but some of the moves that they're making, they need some guidance with it, for real. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just real, you see. Now that's one of those things that they're gonna get that sound bite. You're like, see, Griff is secretly training these people, man. Come on, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? And that's very real. I'm gonna get right back to you, bro. Let me take the elder right here.
Well, I just wanted to make, just say something, what I have seen. They have been insulting black Africans for so much, so long. I mean, how can, here's a guy that shot 9 people in a church. They know he got a gun. Lock him up, don't get him shot, don't shoot him, don't do anything to him. Take him to Burger King before he goes to jail. How is those police still on the force? I have never heard nobody say anything about those individuals, period. As long as we accept that, you know what I mean, they're going to still continue to insult us.
Well, you're talking about a system of racism and white supremacy that's going to protect their own.
That's right.
And that's a very real dynamic. Her than you, bro.
Paying very close attention to what was going on after I heard the alleged charges they had thrown up on you. I started doing a lot of research. And for the first time, I heard, we've been talking about it a lot, the fusion centers. I don't know who all heard that, but within the contents of all this going on, the Fusion Center was mentioned as if that was their new headquarters. But for those of us that know about the Fusion Center, I'm very alarmed. We have movement across this world with youth organizing against oppression. You are a vessel
That's right.
to uplift